5 people arrested following violent scenes at the Matsediso Primary School in Katlehong in Ekurhuleni on Monday are all today set to appear in the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court. The suspects were apprehended after Paseka Motsoeneng, known as Pastor Mboro, along with his bodyguard, forcefully entered the school armed with a panga to apparently remove his grandchildren. Now, it follows a reported domestic dispute with the maternal grandparents of the children. The incident has sparked anger in the community, resulting in parents not wanting to send their children to school and the community allegedly burning down the pastor's church. There's a heavy police presence outside the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court, and this is where the 5 suspects arrested for those violent scenes at the Matsediso Primary School are set to appear. Paseka Motsoeneng, also known as Pastor Mboro, seen on that video that we blurred there for you, entering the school armed with pangas. Newzroom Africa's Malungelo Boy joins us now live from court. Malungelo, good morning. We know that you have been watching the developments outside court, and there seems to be a fair amount of supporters who are beginning to congregate there outside court. And this is apparently congregants of this church that was burned down yesterday. Tell us what you've managed to glean from where you are this morning.
Hi there, Iman. One of the things that's quite apparent, at least when you're outside the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court on this main road, is that you can see a very heavy police presence. You see members from the local Metro Police officers, as well as members of the South African Police Service. There's also an Inyala here. There's also private security guards that you also see, and you're also seeing members from the local CPF that are here essentially waiting for the people that are expected to arrive here. We're expecting community members from Katlehong, Iman, that are actually quite angry at the scenes that we saw on Monday. As you rightfully indicated, that video captured showing Pastor Mboro barging into that school armed with a panga, also intimidating some staff members who were trying to prevent him from taking away those 2 children. And of course, we're also expecting some of his supporters to also converge here to show support. I was talking to one community leader from Katlehong saying that the community members that will descend here in Palm Ridge are here to essentially send a very clear message to the court that they want Pastor Mboro and some of his accomplices to remain behind bars, because what he has done to those school children on that day and also to that school community is something that will not be tolerated. And of course, Iman, we're also expecting those that support Pastor Mboro, especially those that are coming from his congregation, the congregation that has been set alight by angry pupils and community members from Katlehong yesterday. We're also expecting them to gather here to show support to Pastor Mboro. So they're expected to appear here in Palm Ridge Magistrates Court, Iman, and they're facing at least 5 charges, and some of those charges include intimidation, assault, and also the reckless carrying of a firearm, especially in a public place.
Malungelo Boy, thank you very much for that. We'll continue to watch what happens outside court. As you say, the law enforcement presence seems to be ramping up. We're expecting a lot more of the congregants and the community members to be there. This has sparked a great deal of community anger and concern for the safety of kids inside school. Nqobile Madlala, you were there on the ground for us yesterday outside the church, Pastor Mboro's church, where 1,000 congregants, we understand, gather every Sunday for their Sunday services. That church is no more, and we watched with you live the scenes unfolding to the point where what once was a marquee conducting church services was simply ash on the ground. Take us back to the events over the last 24 hours. And again, you're in that live position for us outside court, what you're seeing from your vantage point.
Well, Iman, as Malu was saying that there's quite a lot of people that are coming here in terms of support. We understand that's still underway. But the people that are also coming here is also family that needs to understand what happened to their family members. And you will know that mostly what sparked the young people to go and burn that church was mainly because they felt that it was not fair for the maternal family based on how the pastor had conducted himself. We know that they marched to the police station, and from the police station, after demanding that there be a release of the uncle and the granny, they then walked to the church, where they started by taking things outside of a marquee, and then after that they burnt it down. We know that the police at this point are still investigating arson, but in the meantime we know that this case will be starting today at Palm Ridge, where we'll see the 5 people that were arrested. But Iman, I want to bring you closer to the family, the maternal family that is, to speak to us about the impact this has had to the family. And I'm going to start with Umama here, and I'm going to ask that you introduce yourself first, but tell us how the family feels.
You know, we feel that the justice system has failed us, and the high color feel like this incident. We've been trying all along. It seems as if Mboro is untouchable. So the justice system is from long time ago, before this thing.
If you could just elaborate for us, when you say they failed you, what happened?
The problems because Rona is the family. The mother and the father, they were not fit. So that's why I'm the sister to the grandmother.
And of course the grandmother now is arrested as well as the uncle. Tell me, do you feel this was correct?
That's why the justice system is because now we are the victim. It seems as if Mboro is the victim. So the justice system is big time. The arrest of the grandmother and the uncle. Re feel unfair because bona ne ba ya mole ba lo bula case of assault and attempted murder, because the uncle ke ena ho bona di video e viral e ntseng e matamata ke ena motho e leng hore Mboro ana mo mister ka phanga. So ke nna ke itse nga tsamaya lo bula case a fika lo bula case a thola hore Mboro ke the untouchable. Police station ya Katlehong ke ya hae.
And I was with the granny on the day when we came to the police station, and she was there also to support, obviously, the uncle, because the arrest had happened inside. We saw the videos of what was happening inside. Were you there? Did you see anything?
Yes, I was there. So Mboro in Elena, and criminality in Elena. What's the problem? Station commander Samoli, Gumbi. On a relationship with Mboro, because from 3 o'clock sale ha re fitla mo le o bula case. From 3 o'clock Mboro ha sale adusile yena station commander ka hara office ya hae mo ileng hore the victims le family ya rona ba ne ba bitswa one by one ba tlo bua their side of the story ka hara office ya yena Gumbi mo ileng hore Mboro le yena o teng ka mo. So isala adula ka mo le nako e telele. Mboro re mosile ka mo le 6 o'clock ha o qeta hore se re tsamaya o seng ke lo itukisa gore ke lo etsa some other things. Ke Mboro ke mosile ntsa le ka mo le, and by then uswa ka le uncle ba ne se ba tshwere bona se ba kwalletse go ramkunupi. So yena ona sa handcuff sa etsa next. And then hape malume hore ba qetele ba motshwere. Malume ba re o intimidate le Mboro hona mo police station, and ba re o shapile le police a tsebe ke police e ba ne re le teng mole ha re a bona nthusi ka ntse ba reng o shapile Mboro.
Mama, you here? The people are watching, and if the police were watching you, what would you like to say to them?
The maponesa ha try hore a etse ntho e leng hore ba ba hiretse yona. If they are there to serve the community, let them serve the community. So bona banana ka they are the law. they are the untouchable. Lao botsa some of your rights, o batla o ba botsa, o ba question some of the things. Ba tse ba ke di boss, ba tla o tshwara ka speed ba re hey wa reetsang and then ba o kwalla. Like we etsa hetse ka yena mshimane o. Ha bantu a botsa re ke le tshwara ke entseng ha se le relang handcuff. Ba re o intimidate le Mporo. O tlisa re ha ona motho a etse ba station commander o utlwa Mporo a mo jwetsa and then o a actor. And then le teng o etsang o tshwara motho e leng hore o lo tshwarisa Mporo hore o ne a mo Mr. Kapang and Zamulekisa and the Lingwana Mporo Bashapile Namshimani. Yona how the next kayon.
And I know that you guys still want to see the children. Have you seen the children?
Harasoka Ribabona Banabating, Harisibelu Ribaka, Bao Bankilon. In fact, Banaba have 2, Kibana by 3. There's a 3-year-old, Obas Nantabaliana, because Yana Santanabata attention. So Baba Bamba, Baba Nkile come to Naku, and Banaba Nensebadula grandmother. So the reason that the Losayet and Tono to take an acting at Tangatati, Kailo Hore, Banaba, Miabano Koto Shokala, Honajika, July, as a Hadramopatile, in the root label shoko. So Banaba Bana treatment, because Miabano Oblawiki TP. So Nyankono Ulabanka Abaisa Spetele or Bana Barhono Hore, Bahono Tolak treatment. Joali. What will treatment? Joali unasuri treatment, Yenanta to Abana, Ufitila Ankabana school, Car Thursday, during school hours. Ankabana, Siabana, Libukaban, Bangola, Mola, Samaliban. So remote is Renaka Rotatisabana, Hatli Siban. Friday, Banahabaya school. And a Banaba Banali treatment. As in the treatment, Abaconuna treatment. So Rona Rebatla Mule, Relomufa treatment, or Anna Nisabana, Ohana Nisabana, Mporo Hananka treatment, and a retrial Friday, really family Ratamalema Ponisare, Batamae Barca Perise medication, or Ankakono Nisabanore, Banaba be right. Mporo Han, Utwila, the very same panga study swearing, Utwila Aritharitzona in front of police. Utwila Haka, Utwila, those pangas, what's it anything?
Mama, so what are you hoping for today then in court?
Kelebeletse hore bantshe uncle bantshele ausuaka because bona ha ba hlahelle mole. They are not the suspect. They've done nothing. Bona ne ba batla fela hore bana ba be right. And the thing has ha qalo batla bana ba be right. Khale le case re ya le bana ba ntse re le processing ya re tlo banka re kgone ba hlokomela. Ha re mo amoe bana. Re tlisa bana re kgone ho hudisetsa bona ba be right. And then bana ba ba o tseba o ntate wa bona they'll go to you maybe as ba le right ba le baholo or maybe ba ikgethe ba santsane ba le baholo. Bana ba banyane. And the case ya teng e ne ile le di kontong ko the social working ona tswa tlatsa di form mo ntse ba ba bitsa ena le ntate wa bana jwa la re tsebe go qatile so etsahalang ha Mporo a sa kena a tswa ka diphang.
Thank you very much. That is the maternal family speaking to us. Iman, I'm going to give you more details. I want to bring in now the ANC Youth League regional convener. And I want to know, Simpiwe, if you could just speak to us. We saw yesterday the young people were very angry, and we're hearing from the family now they just want access to the kids. What is your take on this as the leadership in the region?
Thank you very much. Nqobile, the problem that we have as a society is that there are people who think that they are above the law. The only involvement why we are in this case as the African National Congress Youth League, it's because of the video that was circulating of Mporo coming inside the school carrying weapons in a school that is full of minors. Therefore, it undermines the law of this country. Hence why we came in. We are not interested in the domestic issues as they are not affecting us. They need to resolve them in a more domestical way or in a civil court or whatever the case may be. But now it pains us, one, if we will see that the very same justice that is supposed to protect each and every citizen now has got eyes. Because I do not think, you saw the video, I saw it, the person who has been arrested has, hence we made even a statement yesterday, who is the uncle. It's clear in the video that he was trying to save the children from being taken, and then the very same pastor Mporo was using his pangas to try and intimidate or even try to hurt the uncle, and then we find out that the uncle has been arrested, to a point that we even marched to the police station. You were there to demand answers as to what is the reason that the uncle and the grandmother have been arrested for, because we have seen all evidence. It's there. It's not a hearsay that Mporo came and did 1, 2, 3 in a school, but why are these two then arrested? Are we then saying They were not supposed to protect the children against a man who acted as a hooligan and a thug in a school that is full of children. Therefore, it clearly tells us that our system is indeed has indeed got eyes. Hence, why we are here today to say we are going to support the maternal family, that they need to release the uncle, they need to release the grandmother, and deal with these perpetrators.
All right. Thank you very much for speaking to us. That is the ANC Youth League that is part of the students that you saw going to that the tent. Iman, a very telling story from the maternal family. They're talking about the protection of the children. The children are on treatment. They needed to get their treatment. They've been trying to get to the children. They have not seen the children. These are all the things that they're highlighting. They're saying that they felt there was preferential treatment that was at the police station. They're highlighting a lot. They want to see justice, and they're telling their side of the story. And these are the families that were being supported by the community when they felt that the pastor did not act just. But we will hear what the law says when they appear in court today.
Nqobile, just a final quick question to you. What are the whereabouts of the children this morning? Who has them?
So when we were speaking to Steve Mabona, who is the spokesperson of Gauteng Education yesterday, who came to the scene where the tent had burned, Iman, what he said to us is that the family, the paternal family, now just to take you back a little bit, if you remember, the fight is between the paternal and the maternal family. The maternal family is the one that we just spoke to. They have not seen the children, but they were taken at school by the paternal family. And Steve Mabona, when he spoke to us, he said they currently with the paternal family. So that's as far as we know in terms of whether or not they have gotten counseling. He did say that they're speaking to social development and they're asking them to intervene. We will find out more from them in future, just giving us details in terms of whether or not social development has intervened. But the maternal side, like they say, they're still waiting for the children. The treatments needs to be finished, and they are here to hear what's going to happen with the granny, who is the guardian of the children. But so far, Iman, to answer your question, the paternal family is where the children were, according to the Department of Education in Gauteng.
Very concerning. Nqobile, thank you very much for that. Nqobile